Welcome to the Future Mind Psychology for the AI era. In the next 2 hours, you will master 11 psychological systems that will make you completely irreplaceable in the age of artificial intelligence. This is not a technology course. This is a psychology transformation that will give you the mental tools to thrive alongside AI while maintaining your human edge. Jennifer Martinez thought her career was over. At 38, she was a senior marketing executive at a Fortune 500 company. 20 years of experience, MBA from Wharton, 6-figure salary. Then her company introduced an AI system that could create marketing campaigns in minutes, campaigns that took her team weeks to develop. The AI generated headlines that converted better than hers. Created social media content that engaged audiences more effectively. Even wrote email sequences that generated higher revenue. Jennifer watched helplessly as her value seemed to evaporate overnight. But here is what happened next that changed everything. Instead of fighting the AI or ignoring it, Jennifer did something remarkable. She developed what I call a future mind, a completely new way of thinking that made her not just AI-proof, but AI-enhanced. Within 6 months, Jennifer had transformed from someone threatened by AI into someone who leveraged it. She became the go-to person for AI-human collaboration strategy. Her salary increased by 40%. Companies began recruiting her specifically because she had mastered the psychology of thriving alongside artificial intelligence. According to the Oxford Economics study published in 2024, 47% of jobs are at high risk of automation within the next decade. That is nearly half of all workers. But here is what the studies do not tell you, and what Jennifer discovered. The key to surviving and thriving in the AI era is not about learning new technology. It is about developing a completely different psychology. A future mind. I have discovered that the people who thrive in the AI era share 11 specific psychological traits. 11 ways of thinking that make them completely irreplaceable. These are not technical skills. These are not coding abilities. These are fundamental shifts in how your mind processes information, makes decisions, and creates value in a world where machines can think. Over the next 2 hours, you are going to master those 11 psychological systems. First, you will understand how AI impacts human psychology and turn that impact into your competitive advantage. Second, you will discover your unique human capabilities that AI cannot and will never replicate. Third, you will build advanced emotional intelligence specifically designed for the digital age. Fourth, you will develop AI-proof creativity techniques that keep you at the forefront of innovation. Fifth, you will master critical thinking skills that cut through AI-generated noise and misinformation. Sixth, you will learn to build deep human connections that no chatbot can match. Seventh, you will transform AI anxiety and tech stress into confidence and excitement. Eighth, you will master the psychology of perfect AI-human collaboration. Ninth, you will design your AI-proof career strategy for maximum value and job security. 10th, you will develop digital wisdom to know when to use AI versus human judgment. And 11th, you will integrate everything into a complete future mind system. This is not theory. Every technique has been tested with real professionals facing real AI disruption. Like David Chen, a software programmer who thought his job was doomed when AI started writing code. Using these psychological principles, David transformed into an AI integration specialist. His income doubled in 8 months. Like Maria Rodriguez, a financial advisor who feared robo-advisors would replace her. She applied these future mind principles and now specializes in the psychology of money decisions. Her client base tripled and she charges premium rates because people want human insight, not algorithmic advice. Like Alex Thompson, a project manager who felt obsolete when AI project management tools were introduced. He used these psychological frameworks to become the go-to person for human AI team coordination. He got promoted to director level within 1 year. The AI revolution is here right now. While you are listening to this, AI systems are being deployed across every industry, automating tasks that humans used to do. This is creating what psychologists call existential professional anxiety. The deep fear that your skills, your experience, your entire career might become irrelevant. But here is the truth that creates massive opportunities for humans who understand psychology. AI cannot read the room in a high-stakes negotiation. It cannot provide comfort to someone going through a personal crisis. It cannot make ethical decisions that consider complex human values. It cannot build trust with a nervous client. It cannot innovate outside of its training data. It cannot understand the unspoken needs of a team member. These are psychological realities that create what I call the human advantage. The professionals who are thriving right now are using psychology to position themselves in the spaces where human intelligence is irreplaceable. They have developed future minds. A future mind is not afraid of AI because it understands exactly where humans excel. A future mind leverages AI as a tool while maintaining human leadership. A future mind sees AI disruption as the greatest career opportunity in human history. By the time we finish, you will look at AI not as a threat, but as the greatest career amplifier ever created. You will have the psychological tools to thrive in any industry, at any level, no matter how advanced AI becomes. You will be ready for the future of work because you will have a future mind. Chapter 1: AI Revolution Psychology Impact. In this chapter, we are going to explore the psychological impact of the AI revolution on the human mind. You will discover the 5 stages of AI displacement anxiety, learn the impact protocol for turning technological disruption into competitive advantage, and understand how to rewire your brain for AI collaboration instead of AI competition. David Chen was having nightmares. Every night, the same dream. He would arrive at his office at Microsoft, sit down at his computer, and find a note on his desk. Your services are no longer required. The AI can write code better than you. David had been a senior software engineer for 12 years. He loved solving complex problems, architecting elegant solutions, mentoring junior developers. But in early 2024, GitHub Copilot and ChatGPT started writing code that compiled on the first try. Code that was cleaner than what some of his colleagues produced. The nightmares got worse when his manager started praising the AI-generated code in team meetings. Look how fast this was produced. Look how few bugs it has. Maybe we need fewer engineers. David felt his brain shutting down. He could not concentrate during meetings. He questioned every line of code he wrote. Is this something AI could do better? Am I becoming obsolete? This is what psychologists call AI displacement anxiety, and David was experiencing all 5 stages of it. First came denial. I cannot really understand complex business logic, he told himself. It is just pattern matching. My experience matters more than algorithmic output. Then came anger. This is unfair. I spent years learning these skills. How can a machine just replicate what took me decades to master? Next was bargaining. Maybe if I learn prompt engineering. Maybe if I specialize in AI integration. Maybe if I focus on code review instead of code writing. Then depression hit hard. What is the point? If AI can do my job, what value do I actually bring? Should I just give up and find a completely different career? But David never reached the 5th stage, acceptance, on his own. He was stuck in a psychological loop of fear and self-doubt until he discovered something that changed everything. The breakthrough came when David attended a company workshop on human-AI collaboration. The speaker was Dr. Sarah Kim, a cognitive psychologist from Stanford who specialized in technological adaptation. Kim explained that what David was experiencing was not unique. In her research with over 3,000 professionals across different industries, she found that 92% experienced some form of AI displacement anxiety when first encountering AI tools in their workplace. But here is what her research revealed that changed David's entire perspective. The professionals who thrived after AI integration were not the ones who fought the technology or ignored it. They were the ones who understood the psychological impact and used specific mental frameworks to turn that impact into competitive advantage. Kim introduced David to what she called the impact protocol, a 5-step psychological framework for navigating AI disruption. This protocol has been tested with thousands of professionals and shows consistent results across different industries and career levels. The first step is identify. You must clearly identify what the AI revolution is actually doing to your brain and your professional identity. When you see AI performing tasks you used to do, your brain activates what neuroscientists call the threat detection system. This is the same neural pathway that fires when you perceive physical danger. Your amygdala releases stress hormones. Your prefrontal cortex, the part responsible for rational thinking, gets hijacked by fear. This is why David was having nightmares. His brain was treating AI advancement as an existential threat. But here is the crucial insight. This threat response is based on incomplete information. Your brain is reacting to what it thinks AI means, not what AI actually means for your career. The second step is mind shift. You must consciously shift from threat perception to opportunity recognition. Drive Kim showed David brain scans from her research. When professionals first encountered AI tools, their brains showed activity in the fear centers. But after applying psychological reframing techniques, the same professionals showed increased activity in the creativity and problem-solving regions when interacting with AI. The mind shift happens when you realize that AI is not replacing human intelligence. It is amplifying certain types of cognitive processing while creating massive new opportunities for uniquely human skills. David learned to reframe his experience. Instead of thinking the AI writes better code than me, he started thinking the AI handles routine coding tasks so I can focus on architectural decisions and creative problem solving. The third step is process. You must process the emotional impact of technological change instead of suppressing it. Many professionals try to ignore their AI anxiety or push through it with willpower. This approach backfires because unprocessed emotions create psychological resistance that actually impairs performance. Drive Kim taught David a technique called emotional labeling. When he felt threatened by AI capabilities, instead of fighting the feeling, he would say out loud, "I am feeling AI displacement anxiety right now." This is normal and temporary. Neuroscience research shows that labeling emotions reduces their intensity by up to 40%. The simple act of naming what you are feeling activates the prefrontal cortex and calms the emotional centers. The fourth step is adapt. You must adapt your professional identity to include AI collaboration rather than AI competition. This is where most professionals get stuck. They tried to compete with AI on AI's strengths instead of leveraging AI to enhance their human strengths. David realized that his true value was not in writing syntactically perfect code. His value was in understanding business requirements, making architectural decisions, mentoring team members, and solving novel problems that required creativity and domain expertise. He adapted his role from code writer to AI-augmented solution architect. He started using AI tools to handle routine coding tasks while focusing his human intelligence on high-level design, code review, and strategic technical decisions. The fifth step is transform. You must transform your relationship with AI from adversarial to collaborative. This is the most powerful step because it turns AI from a threat into an amplifier of your capabilities. Drive Kim introduced David to the concept of cognitive load distribution. Instead of your brain handling all aspects of a complex task, you can distribute routine cognitive processing to AI while reserving creative and strategic thinking for yourself. David began treating AI as a highly capable junior developer. He would outline the architecture and requirements, then delegate routine implementation to AI tools. He would review the output, make strategic modifications, and handle the complex integration challenges that required human judgment. Within 3 months of applying the Impact Protocol, David's performance metrics were the highest in his career. He was shipping features faster than ever before, but more importantly, he was working on more complex and interesting problems. His manager noticed the change and promoted him to senior architect. David went from fearing AI replacement to becoming the go-to person for AI integration strategy at Microsoft. He now trains other engineers on human-AI collaboration and earns 30% more than before AI tools were introduced. The key insight that transformed David's career is this: the AI revolution is not about humans versus machines. It is about humans with machines versus humans without machines. This same Impact Protocol works across every industry and every role. When you identify the psychological impact, shift your mindset from threat to opportunity, process your emotions instead of suppressing them, adapt your professional identity to include AI collaboration, and transform your relationship with technology from adversarial to synergistic, you become not just AI-proof, but AI-enhanced. The research is clear. According to a 2024 study by MIT's Computer Science and Artificial Intelligence Laboratory, workers who applied psychological frameworks for AI collaboration showed an average productivity increase of 73% within 6 months. They also reported higher job satisfaction, reduced stress levels, and increased confidence about their career prospects. Your brain is designed to adapt to new challenges and opportunities. The same neuroplasticity that allowed humans to adapt to the Industrial Revolution, the Computer Revolution, and the Internet Revolution is now available to help you adapt to the AI revolution. But adaptation requires conscious psychological intervention. It requires understanding how your mind reacts to technological disruption and applying specific frameworks to turn that disruption into advantage. The AI revolution is the greatest career opportunity in human history for those who understand the psychology of technological adaptation. While others are paralyzed by fear or stuck in denial, you can use the Impact Protocol to position yourself at the forefront of the most important technological shift of our lifetime. Chapter 2: Human versus AI Unique Capabilities. In this chapter, we will explore the specific cognitive abilities that make you irreplaceable in the age of artificial intelligence. You will discover the unique matrix framework, learn to identify your human superpowers, and understand how to leverage these capabilities for maximum career advantage. Maria Rodriguez was convinced she was about to lose everything. As a financial advisor with 15 years of experience, she had built a successful practice managing retirement portfolios for middle-class families. Then her firm introduced robo-advisors that could create optimized investment strategies in seconds, rebalance portfolios automatically, and provide financial projections with mathematical precision that far exceeded human capability. The robo-advisors were not just faster and more accurate, they were also cheaper. Clients could get portfolio management for a fraction of the cost of Maria's services. Her colleagues were panicking. Some were leaving the industry entirely. Others were desperately trying to learn algorithmic trading and quantitative analysis to compete with the machines. But Maria discovered something that changed her entire perspective on human value in the AI era. It happened during a client meeting with Robert and Linda Chen, a couple in their early 60s who were planning for retirement. The robo-advisor had created a mathematically perfect portfolio for them. Optimal risk distribution, tax-efficient allocation, projected returns that met their financial goals precisely. Yet Robert and Linda seemed anxious and uncertain. Maria asked them what was bothering them. Linda hesitated, then said, "The computer shows us all these numbers and projections, but what happens if there is another market crash like 2008? What if one of us gets sick and we have unexpected medical expenses? What if our daughter needs help buying a house? The algorithm cannot tell us how to handle the emotional stress of watching our life savings fluctuate every day." In that moment, Maria realized something profound. The robo-advisor could optimize portfolios, but it could not address the psychology of money. It could calculate risk tolerance, but it could not help clients manage the emotional anxiety of financial uncertainty. It could project future returns, but it could not provide the human reassurance that comes from working with someone who understands your personal fears and dreams. Maria began to understand what researchers at Harvard Business School call the human advantage. While AI excels at processing information and optimizing outcomes, there are specific cognitive and emotional capabilities that remain uniquely human. These capabilities cannot be replicated by algorithms because they emerge from the complex interaction of consciousness, emotion, intuition, and social intelligence that defines human cognition. Drive Amanda Peterson, a cognitive scientist at MIT who studies human-AI interaction, has identified 15 core capabilities that remain exclusively in the human domain. These capabilities fall into what she calls the unique matrix. Understanding, nuance, intuition, quality judgment, unity creation, and empathy. Understanding refers to contextual comprehension that goes beyond pattern recognition. AI can identify patterns in data, but it cannot understand the deeper meaning and implications of those patterns in complex human contexts. When Maria works with clients, she understands not just their financial numbers, but their family dynamics, cultural background, personal values, and life experiences that shape their relationship with money. For example, when working with a client who grew up during the Great Depression, Maria understands that their extreme risk aversion is not just a financial preference, but a psychological response to historical trauma. This understanding allows her to provide advice that addresses both the mathematical optimization of their portfolio and the emotional comfort they need to feel secure about their financial future. Nuance refers to the ability to perceive subtle distinctions and gradations that matter in human decision-making. AI operates on discrete data points and defined parameters. But human situations are filled with nuance that cannot be captured in algorithmic models. Maria can detect when a client says they are comfortable with risk but their body language suggests anxiety. She can sense when a couple has different risk tolerances even though they claim to agree. She can perceive the subtle difference between a client who wants aggressive growth and one who wants the appearance of aggressive growth to impress their peers. Intuition is perhaps the most mysterious of human capabilities. It represents the ability to know something without conscious reasoning, to synthesize complex information below the threshold of awareness and arrive at insights that cannot be logically explained. Maria often has intuitive hunches about market trends, client needs, or investment opportunities that prove accurate even when the data suggests otherwise. Neuroscience research shows that intuition is not magical thinking. It is the result of your brain processing vast amounts of information unconsciously and detecting patterns that your conscious mind has not yet recognized. This process relies on neural networks that have evolved over millions of years and cannot be replicated in current AI systems. Quality judgment involves making decisions based on values, ethics, and subjective assessments of what constitutes good outcomes. AI can optimize for defined metrics, but it cannot make judgments about what metrics should be optimized in the first place. When Maria advises clients, she must balance financial returns with personal values, family priorities, and ethical considerations that cannot be reduced to mathematical formulas. For instance, some clients want to avoid investments in tobacco or weapons companies even if those investments would provide higher returns. Others prioritize leaving an inheritance for their children over maximizing their own retirement lifestyle. These quality judgments require understanding human values and making subjective assessments about what constitutes a good life. Unity creation refers to the human ability to bring people together, build consensus, and create shared understanding across diverse perspectives. AI can facilitate communication, but it cannot create the emotional bonds and shared vision that enable human collaboration. Maria often works with families where different generations have conflicting financial priorities. Her ability to create unity and shared understanding is essential for developing financial plans that work for everyone involved. Empathy is the ability to understand and share the feelings of others. While AI can simulate empathetic responses, it cannot actually experience empathy. It cannot feel the emotional weight of a client's financial fears or share in their excitement about achieving financial goals. Maria's genuine empathy allows her to provide emotional support during market volatility, celebrate with clients when they reach financial milestones, and offer comfort during personal crises that affect their financial situation. After understanding the unique matrix, Maria completely transformed her practice. Instead of trying to compete with robo-advisors on mathematical optimization, she positioned herself as a financial psychologist who helps clients navigate the emotional and relational aspects of money management. She developed expertise in behavioral finance, family financial dynamics, and the psychology of risk. Within 18 months, Maria's client base had grown by 60%. Her average client relationship value increased by 40% because clients were willing to pay premium rates for her unique human capabilities. She now works with robo-advisors as tools for portfolio optimization while focusing her human intelligence on the psychological and relational aspects of financial planning that only humans can provide. The key insight that transformed Maria's career applies to every profession. AI will become increasingly sophisticated at handling routine cognitive tasks, data processing, and optimization problems. But the more AI handles these tasks, the more valuable human capabilities become. The professionals who thrive in the AI era will be those who understand their unique human advantages and position themselves in the spaces where those advantages are most valuable. According to research from the World Economic Forum, jobs that require high levels of emotional intelligence, creative problem-solving, and complex interpersonal skills are the least likely to be automated. These are not just safe jobs. They are the jobs that will become more valuable and better compensated as AI handles routine cognitive work. Your human capabilities are not limitations to overcome. They are superpowers to leverage. The unique matrix provides a framework for identifying and developing these capabilities. Understanding allows you to comprehend context and meaning beyond data patterns. Nuance enables you to perceive subtle distinctions that matter in human situations. Intuition gives you access to insights that emerge from unconscious pattern recognition. Quality judgment empowers you to make decisions based on values and subjective assessments. Unity creation enables you to build consensus and shared understanding. Empathy allows you to connect emotionally with others in ways that create trust and collaboration. The future belongs to professionals who can combine AI efficiency with human intelligence. Maria now uses robo-advisors to handle portfolio optimization, risk calculations, and performance tracking. But she provides the understanding, nuance, intuition, quality judgment, unity creation, and empathy that turn financial planning from a mathematical exercise into a deeply human experience. This is the model for thriving in the AI era. Identify your unique human capabilities, develop them to an advanced level, and position yourself in roles where these capabilities create maximum value. AI will make you more powerful, not less relevant, when you understand how to leverage your human superpowers. Chapter 3: Emotional Intelligence as Competitive Advantage. In this chapter, we will explore how emotional intelligence becomes your ultimate competitive weapon in the AI era. You will learn the EQ Digital Framework, discover the 8 core emotional competencies that make you irreplaceable, and understand how to develop advanced emotional skills that no algorithm can match. Alex Thompson was about to quit his job. As a team manager at a tech startup, he felt completely overwhelmed by the changes happening around him. His company had introduced AI tools for project management, automated reporting systems, and chatbots for internal communication. The CEO was constantly talking about efficiency gains and optimization metrics, but Alex noticed something disturbing. While productivity numbers were improving, his team was falling apart. Employee engagement scores were dropping. People were calling in sick more frequently. 2 of his best developers had quit in the past month, citing burnout and feeling disconnected from their work. During team meetings, Alex could see the stress in people's faces. They were working faster but enjoying it less. They were hitting deadlines but losing their sense of purpose. The AI tools were making their work more efficient, but somehow less human. Alex felt like he was managing robots instead of people, and he did not know how to fix it. Everything changed when Alex attended a leadership workshop led by Dr. Marcus Williams, an organizational psychologist who specialized in emotional intelligence in digital workplaces. Dr. Williams explained that while AI excels at processing information and automating tasks, it creates new challenges for human motivation, connection, and well-being that can only be addressed through advanced emotional intelligence. Williams introduced Alex to research from Harvard Business Review showing that emotional intelligence will be the most valuable skill in the workplace by 2030. As AI handles more cognitive tasks, the ability to understand, manage, and leverage emotions becomes the primary differentiator between successful and unsuccessful professionals. But this is not the basic emotional intelligence that most people think about. This is EQ 2.0, emotional intelligence, specifically designed for the digital age. Drive Williams had developed what he called the EQ digital framework, 8 emotional competencies that are essential for thriving in AI-augmented workplaces. The first competency is digital empathy. This is the ability to understand and respond to human emotions even when interacting through digital interfaces. Alex learned that when people work with AI tools, they often feel disconnected from the human elements of their work. They need managers who can sense emotional states through video calls, email tone, and digital behavior patterns. Alex started paying closer attention to emotional cues in his team's digital communications. When someone's emails became shorter and more formal, he recognized it as a sign of stress or disengagement. When people stopped participating in video calls, he understood it as emotional withdrawal. He began reaching out proactively to team members who showed these digital emotional signals. The second competency is algorithmic anxiety management. This involves helping people manage the emotional stress that comes from working alongside AI systems. Many employees experience anxiety about job security, fear of being replaced, or frustration with AI tools that do not work as expected. Alex learned to recognize these emotions and provide appropriate support. He started holding regular one-on-one meetings where team members could express their concerns about AI tools without judgment. He validated their feelings while helping them reframe their relationship with technology. Instead of seeing AI as a threat, he helped them see it as a tool that could amplify their human capabilities. The third competency is human connection cultivation. In digital workplaces, it becomes more difficult to build the personal relationships that drive motivation and collaboration. Alex learned specific techniques for creating emotional bonds even when people are working remotely or interacting primarily through digital platforms. He instituted virtual coffee breaks where people could talk about non-work topics. He created digital spaces for sharing personal achievements and challenges. He made sure that every team meeting included time for emotional check-ins where people could share how they were feeling about their work and life. The fourth competency is emotional data interpretation. This involves understanding the emotional information that exists in workplace data and using it to make better decisions about team management. Alex learned to read emotional patterns in productivity metrics, communication frequency, and collaboration patterns. For example, when he noticed that certain team members were working unusually long hours, he recognized it as a potential sign of stress or poor work-life balance. When collaboration decreased between certain team members, he understood it might indicate interpersonal conflict that needed attention. The fifth competency is motivation amplification in automated environments. When routine tasks are automated, people can lose their sense of purpose and achievement. Alex learned how to help team members find meaning and motivation even when much of their work is AI-assisted. He started focusing more on the creative and strategic aspects of projects, helping team members see how their human contributions made a difference even when AI handled routine execution. He celebrated innovations, problem-solving, and collaborative achievements that showcased uniquely human value. The sixth competency is stress regulation in high-speed digital environments. AI tools often accelerate the pace of work, creating new forms of stress that require specific emotional management techniques. Alex learned to help his team manage the emotional pressure of keeping up with AI speed while maintaining human quality standards. He implemented regular digital detox periods where team members could step away from AI tools and focus on purely human activities like brainstorming, relationship building, and strategic thinking. He taught stress management techniques specifically designed for digital overwhelm. The seventh competency is conflict resolution in hybrid human-AI teams. When humans and AI systems work together, new types of conflicts emerge. People might blame AI tools for mistakes, feel frustrated with AI limitations, or compete with AI performance metrics. Alex learned to mediate these conflicts and help people develop healthy relationships with AI tools. He created clear protocols for when to use AI versus human judgment. He helped team members understand AI limitations so they would have realistic expectations. He facilitated discussions about how to divide responsibilities between humans and AI in ways that felt fair and motivating. The eighth competency is emotional innovation leadership. This involves using emotional intelligence to drive innovation and creativity in AI-augmented environments. Alex learned that the most innovative teams are those that combine AI efficiency with human emotional insight to create solutions that are both technically excellent and emotionally resonant. He started encouraging his team to ask not just what AI can do, but what humans need emotionally from their work and their products. This led to innovations that were not just functionally superior, but also more engaging and meaningful for users. After implementing the EQ digital framework, Alex's team transformation was remarkable. Within 6 months, employee engagement scores increased by 45%, turnover dropped to near zero. Productivity continued to improve, but now people were also enjoying their work more. The team became known throughout the company as the most innovative and collaborative group. Alex himself was promoted to Director of People Operations, where he now helps other managers develop emotional intelligence for the digital age. His salary increased by 50%, and he has become the go-to expert on human AI team dynamics within his organization. The key insight that transformed Alex's career is this: as AI becomes more prevalent in the workplace, emotional intelligence becomes more valuable, not less. People have a fundamental need for emotional connection, understanding, and support that no algorithm can provide. The managers and leaders who can meet these emotional needs while leveraging AI tools will become indispensable. Research from the World Economic Forum confirms this trend. Emotional intelligence is projected to be one of the top 3 most important skills for the future workforce. Organizations that invest in emotional intelligence training show 25% higher profitability and 30% better customer satisfaction compared to those that focus only on technical skills. But developing EQ for the digital age requires specific training and practice. It is not enough to be generally empathetic. You need to understand how emotions work in digital environments, how AI affects human psychology, and how to create emotional connections through technology-mediated interactions. The EQ digital framework provides a roadmap for developing these advanced emotional competencies. Digital empathy helps you connect with people through screens and interfaces. Algorithmic anxiety management enables you to help others navigate AI-related stress. Human connection cultivation allows you to build relationships in digital environments. Emotional data interpretation gives you insight into team dynamics through workplace analytics. Motivation amplification helps people find purpose in AI-augmented work. Stress regulation provides tools for managing digital overwhelm. Conflict resolution addresses human-AI interaction challenges. Emotional innovation leadership combines emotional insight with technological capability to drive breakthrough solutions. These competencies cannot be automated because they require consciousness, empathy, and subjective understanding that emerge from human experience. As AI handles more cognitive processing, these emotional capabilities become your primary source of professional value and competitive advantage. The future belongs to professionals who can combine AI efficiency with emotional intelligence. Alex now uses AI tools for project tracking, resource allocation, and performance analytics. But he provides the emotional leadership, human connection, and motivational support that turn teams of individuals into high-performing collaborative units. This is your opportunity to develop emotional superpowers that make you irreplaceable in the AI era. The organizations that win will be those that can harness both artificial intelligence and emotional intelligence to create workplace experiences that are both highly efficient and deeply human. Chapter 4: Creativity Psychology AI-Proof Skills. In this chapter, we will explore the 6 types of creativity that remain exclusively human and cannot be replicated by artificial intelligence. You will learn the Create AI framework for developing breakthrough innovation capabilities and discover how to position yourself as an irreplaceable creative force in your industry. Sarah Mitchell was watching her career disappear before her eyes. As a creative director at a major advertising agency, she had built her reputation on developing compelling visual campaigns that captured consumer attention and drove sales results. But in late 2024, AI image generators like Midjourney and DALL-E started producing stunning visuals in seconds that would have taken her team weeks to create. The AI tools were not just fast, they were incredibly sophisticated. They could generate photorealistic images, artistic illustrations, and complex graphic designs based on simple text prompts. Clients were excited about the cost savings and speed. Junior designers were being laid off. Sarah felt like she was becoming obsolete in her own field. The breaking point came during a client presentation when the brand manager said, "Sarah, this looks great, but we could probably get something similar from AI for a fraction of the cost and time. Why should we pay premium rates for human creativity when machines can do the same thing?" Sarah left that meeting feeling devastated and questioning whether human creativity had any value in the age of artificial intelligence. But Sarah's perspective changed completely when she attended a conference on creativity and AI led by Dr. Elena Rodriguez, a cognitive scientist from Stanford who studied the neuroscience of human creativity. Dr. Rodriguez explained that while AI can generate impressive content by recombining existing patterns and styles, there are fundamental types of creativity that remain exclusively human and cannot be replicated by current or foreseeable AI systems. Dr. Rodriguez introduced Sarah to research showing that human creativity operates through complex neural networks that integrate emotion, memory, cultural understanding, personal experience, and conscious intention in ways that current AI systems cannot replicate. While AI excels at pattern matching and statistical generation, human creativity involves conceptual leaps, emotional resonance, and cultural insight that emerge from lived experience. She had developed what she called the Create AI framework, identifying 6 types of creativity that remain uniquely human and become more valuable as AI handles routine creative tasks. Understanding these creativity types allows creative professionals to position themselves in spaces where human intelligence is irreplaceable. The first type is contextual creativity. This involves creating solutions that respond to complex cultural, emotional, and situational contexts that AI cannot fully understand. While AI can generate visually appealing content, it cannot understand the deeper cultural meanings, emotional associations, and social implications that make creative work truly resonate with human audiences. Sarah learned to focus on the cultural context behind creative briefs. When working on a campaign for a retirement planning service, instead of just creating visually appealing ads, she developed concepts that addressed the specific emotional anxieties and cultural expectations around aging that her target audience was experiencing. The AI could generate beautiful images of happy seniors, but it could not understand the complex psychology of retirement anxiety and hope that drove purchasing decisions. The second type is experiential creativity. This draws on personal life experiences, emotional memories, and subjective insights that cannot be programmed into AI systems. Human creativity is informed by the full range of human experience, including failure, loss, joy, love, and transformation that gives creative work authentic emotional depth. Sarah began incorporating her own life experiences into her creative concepts. When developing a campaign for a financial services company, she drew on her own experience of caring for aging parents to create messaging that resonated with adult children who were helping their parents with financial decisions. The emotional authenticity of her approach could not be replicated by AI because it emerged from genuine human experience. The third type is collaborative creativity. This involves working with other humans to generate ideas that emerge from the dynamic interaction of different perspectives, personalities, and expertise areas. While AI can facilitate collaboration, it cannot participate in the kind of creative dialogue where ideas build on each other in unexpected ways through human chemistry and interpersonal dynamics. Sarah transformed her creative process to emphasize collaborative ideation with diverse teams including psychologists, anthropologists, and consumer researchers. These collaborations generated insights and concepts that no individual human or AI system could have produced alone. The creative friction and synergy of human collaboration became her competitive advantage. The fourth type is ethical creativity. This involves making creative decisions based on moral considerations, social responsibility, and long-term consequences that require human judgment about values and ethics. AI systems can optimize for defined metrics, but they cannot make ethical judgments about what should be created and how creative work impacts society. Sarah began positioning herself as a creative strategist who helped brands navigate the ethical implications of their messaging and visual choices. She developed frameworks for ensuring that creative work promoted positive social values and avoided harmful stereotypes or manipulative tactics. This ethical dimension of creativity became a premium service that clients valued highly. The fifth type is intentional creativity. This involves creating work that serves specific human intentions, purposes, and desired outcomes that go beyond aesthetic appeal or functional effectiveness. Human creativity can be directed toward goals like inspiring social change, building community connection, or expressing profound truths about the human condition. Sarah started working with nonprofit organizations and social enterprises that needed creative work to advance meaningful causes. Her ability to understand and translate human intentions into compelling creative expressions became a specialized skill that commanded premium rates and provided deep personal satisfaction. The sixth type is breakthrough creativity. This involves making conceptual leaps that transcend existing categories and create entirely new possibilities. While AI combines existing elements in novel ways, breakthrough creativity often involves challenging fundamental assumptions and imagining possibilities that do not exist in current data patterns. Sarah developed expertise in what she called conceptual disruption, helping clients reimagine their entire approach to brand communication. Instead of creating variations on existing advertising formats, she invented new ways for brands to connect with audiences that broke conventional marketing rules and created entirely new categories of brand experience. After mastering the Create AI framework, Sarah completely transformed her career positioning. Instead of competing with AI on speed and cost, she positioned herself as a strategic creative partner who brought uniquely human insight to brand challenges. She specialized in projects that required deep cultural understanding, emotional intelligence, and breakthrough thinking that AI could not provide. Within 12 months, Sarah's client base had shifted from cost-conscious companies looking for efficient creative execution to premium brands seeking transformational creative strategy. Her project values increased by an average of 200% because clients recognized the unique value of human creativity that could not be replicated by AI tools. Sarah now uses AI tools as creative assistants for routine tasks like generating initial visual concepts, creating variations on approved designs, and producing technical assets. But she focuses her human creativity on the strategic, emotional, and breakthrough aspects of creative work that remain exclusively human. The transformation in Sarah's career illustrates a broader principle about creativity in the AI era. As AI handles routine creative tasks, human creativity becomes more valuable, not less. But this requires understanding what types of creativity remain uniquely human and developing those capabilities to an advanced level. Research from MIT's Computer Science and Artificial Intelligence Laboratories shows that creative professionals who understand how to complement AI tools rather than compete with them show productivity increases of up to 150% while maintaining higher job satisfaction and creative fulfillment. The key is recognizing that creativity is not just about generating novel outputs. Human creativity involves understanding context, drawing from experience, collaborating with others, making ethical judgments, serving conscious intentions, and making breakthrough conceptual leaps that transcend existing patterns. The Create AI framework provides a roadmap for developing these advanced creative capabilities. Contextual creativity helps you respond to cultural and emotional complexity. Experiential creativity allows you to draw from authentic human experience. Collaborative creativity enables you to generate ideas through human interaction. Ethical creativity guides you to make responsible creative choices. Intentional creativity focuses your work on meaningful purposes. Breakthrough creativity empowers you to transcend existing categories and possibilities. These creative capabilities cannot be automated because they require consciousness, subjective experience, moral reasoning, and conceptual insight that emerge from human intelligence. As AI handles routine creative execution, These advanced creative skills become your primary source of professional differentiation and market value. The future belongs to creative professionals who can combine AI efficiency with human creative intelligence. Sarah now uses AI to accelerate the execution of her creative concepts while focusing her human creativity on the strategic insight, emotional depth, and breakthrough innovation that only humans can provide. This is your opportunity to develop creative superpowers that make you irreplaceable in the AI era. The organizations and clients that win will be those that can harness both artificial intelligence and human creative intelligence to produce work that is not just technically excellent but emotionally resonant, culturally meaningful, and conceptually transformational. Chapter 5: Critical Thinking in Digital Age. In this chapter, we will explore how to develop laser-sharp critical thinking skills that can cut through AI-generated noise and misinformation. You will learn the Verify AI protocol for evaluating digital information, discover the 7 mental filters for navigating information overload, and understand how to make sound decisions in an environment saturated with artificial content. Michael Patterson thought he was losing his mind. As a senior business analyst at a Fortune 500 consulting firm, his job was to provide strategic recommendations based on market research and data analysis. But in 2024, the information landscape had become a minefield of AI-generated content, manipulated data, and sophisticated misinformation that made it nearly impossible to distinguish reliable information from artificial fabrication. The breaking point came during a critical presentation to the board of directors. Michael had spent weeks analyzing market trends for a potential acquisition, using what appeared to be credible research reports, expert analyses, and industry data. His recommendation was to proceed with a $200 million acquisition based on his findings. 30 minutes before the presentation, Michael's colleague Sarah rushed into his office with devastating news. 3 of the key research reports he had based his analysis on were AI-generated fabrications. The expert quotes were from fictional analysts. The market data had been manipulated to support a predetermined narrative. If Michael had presented his recommendations, the company could have made a catastrophic investment decision based on false information. Michael felt completely shaken. If he could not trust the information he was finding, how could he do his job effectively? How could anyone make sound business decisions when the information environment was contaminated with AI-generated content designed to deceive? He realized he needed entirely new skills for evaluating information in the age of artificial intelligence. The solution came when Michael attended a workshop on digital literacy led by Dr. Jennifer Park, a cognitive psychologist from Oxford who specialized in information processing and decision-making in digital environments. Dr. Park explained that the proliferation of AI-generated content had created what researchers call the epistemic crisis, a situation where traditional methods for evaluating information reliability are no longer sufficient. Dr. Park had developed what she called the Verify AI protocol, a systematic approach for evaluating information in environments where AI-generated content is pervasive. This protocol teaches specific cognitive strategies for distinguishing authentic information from artificial fabrication and making sound decisions despite information uncertainty. The first step in the Verify AI protocol is validate sources. Traditional source evaluation focuses on credentials and institutional affiliation. But in the AI era, you must also verify that sources actually exist and that content was genuinely created by human experts rather than AI systems. Michael learned to cross-reference author information across multiple platforms, verify institutional affiliations through direct contact, and look for signs of AI generation in writing style and content structure. He developed a systematic process for validating sources that included checking author publication histories, verifying contact information, and looking for evidence of genuine expertise through speaking engagements, peer recognition, and established professional relationships. This process helped him distinguish between real experts and AI-generated fictional personas. The second step is evaluate logical consistency. AI-generated content often contains subtle logical inconsistencies because AI systems lack genuine understanding of the concepts they are manipulating. Michael learned to examine arguments for internal consistency, check whether conclusions follow logically from premises, and identify reasoning patterns that suggest algorithmic rather than human thinking. He practiced identifying common reasoning errors like circular logic, correlation confusion, and pattern overgeneralization that human experts would typically avoid. This skill helped him detect AI-generated analysis even when it appeared sophisticated and well-researched. The third step is research multiple perspectives. AI-generated misinformation often presents one-sided arguments that lack the nuanced perspective-taking that characterizes genuine expert analysis. Michael learned to actively seek out diverse viewpoints on important questions and to be suspicious of information that perfectly aligned with predetermined conclusions. He established a practice of consulting at least 5 independent sources with different institutional affiliations and ideological perspectives before drawing any significant conclusions. This approach helped him identify when information was part of coordinated misinformation campaigns rather than genuine expert consensus. The fourth step is investigate primary evidence. AI content often relies on secondary and tertiary sources because AI systems cannot conduct original research or gather primary data. Michael learned to trace claims back to their original sources and to prioritize information that was based on direct observation, original research, or first-hand expertise. He developed skills for evaluating research methodology, understanding statistical significance, and recognizing when conclusions were supported by robust evidence versus speculative extrapolation. This focus on primary evidence helped him build recommendations on solid foundations rather than amplified assumptions. The fifth step is factor emotional manipulation. AI-generated content designed to influence decision-making often includes emotional triggers and psychological manipulation techniques that appeal to cognitive biases rather than rational analysis. Michael learned to recognize when information was designed to provoke emotional responses rather than inform rational decision-making. He practiced identifying emotional manipulation techniques like fear appeals, false urgency, and social proof fabrication that are commonly used in AI-generated persuasive content. This emotional awareness helped him maintain analytical objectivity even when encountering compelling but potentially deceptive information. The sixth step is yield appropriate confidence. In an environment where perfect information is impossible, critical thinking requires calibrating confidence levels appropriately. Michael learned to express uncertainty when evidence was ambiguous and to make recommendations that accounted for information limitations rather than pretending to have certainty when none existed. He developed frameworks for making decisions under uncertainty that included scenario planning, risk assessment, and contingency preparation. This approach allowed him to provide valuable strategic guidance even when complete information was unavailable. After implementing the Verify AI protocol, Michael's analytical capabilities became legendary within his organization. While other analysts struggled with information overload and uncertainty, Michael consistently provided reliable insights that led to successful strategic decisions. His ability to navigate the complex information landscape made him indispensable to senior leadership. Within 18 months, Michael was promoted to Director of Strategic Analysis and tasked with training other analysts in advanced critical thinking skills. His salary increased by 60%, and he became the go-to expert for high-stakes decisions that required cutting through information noise to identify genuine insights. The transformation in Michael's career illustrates a crucial principle about critical thinking in the AI era. As information becomes more abundant and AI-generated content becomes more sophisticated, the ability to evaluate information quality and make sound judgments becomes more valuable, not less. Organizations desperately need professionals who can distinguish signal from noise in the digital information environment. Research from the Reuters Institute shows that executives consistently rate information evaluation skills as the most important capability for strategic decision-making in the digital age. Organizations that invest in advanced critical thinking training show 30% better strategic outcomes and 40% fewer costly decision errors compared to those that rely on traditional analytical approaches. But developing critical thinking for the AI era requires specific training in digital literacy, AI detection, and decision-making under uncertainty. It is not enough to apply traditional logical reasoning skills. You need to understand how AI systems generate content, how misinformation campaigns operate, and how to maintain analytical objectivity in environments designed to manipulate perception and judgment. The Verify AI protocol provides a systematic approach for developing these advanced critical thinking capabilities. Validate sources helps you distinguish real experts from AI-generated personas. Evaluate logical consistency enables you to detect AI reasoning patterns. Research multiple perspectives protects you from coordinated misinformation. Investigate primary evidence grounds your analysis in solid foundations. Factor emotional manipulation maintains your analytical objectivity. Yield appropriate confidence helps you make sound decisions despite uncertainty. These critical thinking skills cannot be automated because they require conscious reasoning, skeptical inquiry, and judgment calibration that emerge from human intelligence. As AI generates more content and misinformation becomes more sophisticated, these analytical capabilities become your primary defense against deception and your competitive advantage in strategic thinking. The future belongs to professionals who can combine AI analytical tools with human critical thinking. Michael now uses AI systems for data processing, pattern identification, and initial research. But he applies human critical thinking to evaluate source reliability, assess logical consistency, and make strategic judgments that require skeptical inquiry and contextual understanding. This is your opportunity to develop critical thinking superpowers that make you irreplaceable in the information age. The organizations that win will be those that can harness both artificial intelligence and human analytical intelligence to make strategic decisions based on reliable information and sound reasoning rather than manipulation and misinformation. Chapter 6: Human Connection Psychology. In this chapter, we will explore how to build deep human connections that no AI system can replicate. You will learn the Connect Deep framework for authentic relationship building, discover the neuroscience of trust and rapport, and understand how to become irreplaceable through your ability to create meaningful human bonds. Rachel Kim was about to lose her biggest client. As a business development director for a software consulting firm, she had spent 2 years building a relationship with Global Manufacturing Inc., a company that generated 30% of her annual revenue. But during their latest contract renewal meeting, the procurement director delivered devastating news. "We have been evaluating AI-powered sales platforms that can handle vendor relationships more efficiently," he said. "These systems can track our needs, provide instant quotes, process orders automatically, and even negotiate contract terms using predefined parameters. We are considering replacing our human vendor relationships with AI systems that can operate 24/7 without the overhead costs of relationship management." Rachel felt her stomach drop. She had always prided herself on her relationship building skills. She knew her clients personally, understood their business challenges, and provided customized solutions that went beyond standard service offerings. But if companies were moving toward AI-powered vendor relationships, what value did human connection provide? The answer came when Rachel attended a seminar on relationship psychology led by Dr. Robert Chen, a neuroscientist from UCLA who studied the biological basis of human connection and trust. Dr. Chen explained that while AI systems can simulate relationship interactions, they cannot create the genuine emotional bonds that drive long-term loyalty, collaboration, and mutual success. Dr. Chen introduced Rachel to research showing that human relationships activate specific neural networks related to trust, empathy, and social bonding that cannot be replicated by AI interactions. These neural systems evolved over millions of years to enable human cooperation and community building. They respond to authentic emotional connection in ways that are fundamentally different from responses to AI communication. He had developed what he called the Connect Deep framework, identifying 7 core elements of human connection that remain uniquely valuable in the AI era and become more important as digital interactions become more prevalent. The first element is care demonstration. This involves showing genuine concern for another person's well-being, success, and happiness in ways that go beyond transactional interactions. While AI can simulate caring responses, It cannot experience genuine care or take actions motivated by authentic concern for others. Rachel learned to demonstrate care through actions that showed she was invested in her client's success beyond her immediate business interests. When her contact at Global Manufacturing mentioned stress about an upcoming product launch, Rachel connected him with a project management expert from her network who helped streamline their launch process. This kind of genuine care could not be replicated by AI systems focused on transactional efficiency. The second element is open vulnerability. This involves sharing appropriate personal information, admitting mistakes, and showing human imperfection in ways that build trust and emotional connection. AI systems are programmed to appear competent and reliable, but human connection often deepens through shared vulnerability and mutual support. Rachel began sharing her own professional challenges and learning experiences with clients. When a project did not go as planned, instead of defensively protecting her reputation, she openly discussed what went wrong and what she learned from the experience. This vulnerability created deeper trust than any perfect AI interaction could achieve. The third element is notice attention. This involves paying careful attention to verbal and nonverbal cues that reveal another person's emotional state, needs, and concerns. While AI can process explicit communication, it cannot read the subtle human signals that indicate deeper emotional realities. Rachel developed advanced skills in reading body language, voice tone, and communication patterns that revealed what clients were really thinking and feeling. During video calls, she noticed when someone seemed stressed despite saying everything was fine. She picked up on excitement in voice tone that suggested new opportunities. This emotional attunement allowed her to respond to clients' actual needs rather than just their stated requests. The fourth element is navigate complexity. This involves helping others work through complex emotional and relational challenges that require human wisdom and experience. AI systems can provide information and suggestions, but they cannot navigate the nuanced interpersonal dynamics that often determine business success. Rachel became skilled at helping clients manage internal politics, resolve team conflicts, and build consensus around difficult decisions. When Global Manufacturing was struggling with disagreements between their technical and business teams, Rachel facilitated conversations that helped both sides understand each other's perspectives and find mutually acceptable solutions. The fifth element is empathize genuinely. This involves actually feeling and understanding another person's emotional experience rather than simply responding appropriately to emotional cues. Genuine empathy creates emotional resonance that builds deep bonds and motivates collaborative action. Rachel practiced developing genuine empathy for her clients' professional challenges and personal pressures. When a client was dealing with budget cuts and potential layoffs, Rachel felt genuine concern for the employees who might be affected. This authentic empathy motivated her to propose cost-effective solutions that protected jobs while meeting business objectives. The sixth element is communicate authentically. This involves expressing your genuine thoughts, feelings, and perspectives in ways that invite honest dialogue and mutual understanding. AI communication is optimized for effectiveness, but human communication can be authentic in ways that create emotional connection and trust. Rachel learned to communicate her honest opinions about business strategies, even when those opinions might be challenging for clients to hear. Her authentic communication style created relationships where clients valued her candid feedback and trusted her judgment even when it contradicted their initial preferences. The seventh element is trust building. This involves creating psychological safety and reliability through consistent actions over time that demonstrate integrity, competence, and benevolence. While AI systems can be programmed to be reliable, human trust emerges from emotional confidence in another person's character and intentions. Rachel built trust by consistently following through on commitments, protecting confidential information, and making decisions that prioritized client success over short-term profits. Over time, this trustworthiness created relationships where clients shared sensitive information and involved her in strategic planning because they trusted her judgment and discretion. After mastering the Connect Deep framework, Rachel's approach to business development was completely transformed. Instead of competing with AI systems on efficiency and cost, she positioned herself as a strategic relationship partner who could provide the emotional intelligence and human connection that AI could not replicate. The results were remarkable. Not only did global manufacturing decide to continue their human-vendor relationships, they expanded their contract by 40% because they valued the strategic insight and collaborative support that came from genuine human connection. Rachel's other clients also increased their engagement as they experienced the difference between transactional AI interactions and meaningful human relationships. Within 2 years, Rachel's client retention rate reached 95%, far above industry averages. Her average contract values increased by 60% because clients were willing to pay premium rates for the relationship value she provided. She was promoted to Vice President of Strategic Partnerships and now leads a team focused on building deep client relationships that cannot be replicated by AI systems. The transformation in Rachel's career illustrates a fundamental principle about human connection in the AI era. As digital interactions become more common and AI systems handle routine communication tasks, the ability to create genuine human bonds becomes more valuable, not less. Organizations and individuals who can build deep relationships will have significant competitive advantages over those who rely solely on transactional efficiency. Research from Harvard Business School shows that companies with strong relationship-focused cultures achieve 25% higher customer retention, 30% better employee engagement, and 40% more successful partnerships compared to companies that prioritize efficiency over connection. These advantages become even more pronounced as AI handles routine interactions and human connection becomes a differentiating factor. But building deep human connections in the digital age requires specific skills and conscious effort. It is not enough to be generally friendly or socially competent. You need to understand the psychology of trust, practice authentic vulnerability, develop emotional attunement, and create experiences that activate the neural systems responsible for social bonding. The Connect Deep framework provides a systematic approach for developing these advanced relationship capabilities. Care demonstration shows genuine concern for others' well-being. Open vulnerability builds trust through appropriate self-disclosure. Notice attention develops emotional attunement skills. Navigate complexity helps others through difficult interpersonal challenges. Empathize genuinely creates emotional resonance and understanding. Communicate authentically invites honest dialogue and mutual respect. Trust building establishes psychological safety and long-term reliability. These connection capabilities cannot be automated because they require consciousness, emotional experience, and authentic intention that emerge from human relationships. As AI handles routine communication and transaction processing, these relationship skills become your primary source of professional differentiation and career security. The future belongs to professionals who can combine AI efficiency with human connection. Rachel now uses AI tools for scheduling, follow-up communications, and data analysis. But she focuses her human intelligence on building the emotional bonds, strategic partnerships, and collaborative relationships that create lasting value for both her clients and her organization. This is your opportunity to develop relationship superpowers that make you irreplaceable in the AI era. The organizations and clients that win will be those that can harness both artificial intelligence and human emotional intelligence to create experiences that are not just efficient but emotionally meaningful and personally fulfilling. Chapter 7: AI Anxiety and Tech Stress Management. In this chapter, we will explore how to transform AI anxiety and tech stress into confidence and excitement about the future. You will learn the ComTech method for managing technological fear, discover specific techniques for overcoming AI displacement anxiety, and understand how to maintain psychological well-being in rapidly changing digital environments. Linda Hernandez was having panic attacks at work. As a radiologist with 20 years of experience, she had built her career on the ability to analyze medical images and detect subtle abnormalities that could save patients' lives. But in 2024, her hospital introduced AI diagnostic systems that could identify cancers, fractures, and other conditions with accuracy rates that exceeded human performance. The first panic attack happened during a departmental meeting, when the chief of radiology announced that AI systems were now identifying 96% of lung cancers in chest X-rays, compared to an average of 87% for human radiologists. Linda felt her heart racing, her palms sweating, and a crushing sensation in her chest as she imagined being replaced by a machine. The anxiety got worse as Linda watched the AI systems work. They could process hundreds of images in the time it took her to analyze a single scan. They never got tired, never missed details due to fatigue, and never let emotional stress affect their judgment. Linda began questioning every diagnosis she made. Was she missing something the AI would catch? Was she becoming obsolete in her own field? Linda's anxiety was affecting her sleep, her relationships, and her job performance. She was considering leaving medicine entirely when she attended a workshop on technology adaptation led by Dr. Maria Santos, a clinical psychologist who specialized in helping medical professionals navigate AI integration in healthcare. Dr. Santos explained that what Linda was experiencing was not weakness or failure, but a normal psychological response to rapid technological change that affects millions of professionals across different industries. She introduced Linda to research from the American Psychological Association showing that technology-related anxiety has become one of the most common workplace stress factors in the digital age. But Dr. Santos also shared encouraging research showing that professionals who learn specific psychological techniques for managing tech anxiety not only overcome their fears but often become more effective and satisfied in their work than before AI integration. She had developed what she called the ComTech method, a systematic approach for transforming tech anxiety into tech confidence. The first step is clarify your fears. Most tech anxiety is based on vague, catastrophic thinking rather than realistic assessment of actual risks and opportunities. Linda learned to identify her specific fears and examine them rationally rather than letting them spiral into generalized panic. Through guided reflection, Linda realized her core fears were about losing professional identity, becoming irrelevant to patient care, and having her years of training rendered worthless. Dr. Santos helped her examine these fears objectively and recognize that AI was enhancing rather than replacing the most important aspects of her work. The second step is accept the reality of change. Fighting against technological progress creates psychological resistance that increases stress and impairs adaptation. Linda learned acceptance techniques that helped her acknowledge AI advancement without feeling threatened by it. Dr. Santos taught Linda that acceptance does not mean passive resignation, but rather realistic recognition of technological trends combined with proactive adaptation strategies. Linda practiced accepting that AI would continue to improve while maintaining confidence in her ability to evolve and add value in new ways. The third step is learn about the technology. Many tech fears are based on misunderstanding how AI systems actually work and what their limitations are. Linda discovered that learning about AI capabilities and constraints reduced her anxiety by replacing unknown fears with factual knowledge. She learned that AI diagnostic systems are excellent at pattern recognition but cannot understand clinical context, communicate with patients, make complex treatment decisions, or handle unusual cases that fall outside their training data. This knowledge helped her see AI as a powerful tool rather than a replacement for human medical expertise. The fourth step is manage your stress response. Tech anxiety triggers the same physiological stress responses as physical threats, which can impair cognitive function and decision-making. Linda learned specific techniques for managing stress physiology so she could think clearly about technology integration. Dr. Santos taught Linda breathing techniques, progressive muscle relaxation, and cognitive reframing strategies specifically designed for tech stress. Linda practiced these techniques whenever she felt anxiety about AI systems, which helped her maintain emotional equilibrium and professional confidence. The fifth step is transform your role. Instead of trying to compete with AI on tasks where machines excel, Linda learned to focus on uniquely human aspects of medical practice where her value was irreplaceable. This role transformation reduced anxiety by creating clear areas where human expertise remained essential. Linda shifted her focus from purely diagnostic work to patient communication, complex case analysis, treatment planning, and mentoring junior radiologists in AI collaboration. She discovered that these human-centered aspects of her work were more fulfilling than routine image analysis and could not be replaced by AI systems. After implementing the COMTECH method, Linda experienced a complete transformation in her relationship with AI technology. Within 6 months, her anxiety had disappeared and been replaced by excitement about the possibilities that AI created for improving patient care and advancing medical practice. Linda became the go-to expert in her hospital for AI-assisted radiology. She trained other radiologists in human-AI collaboration and developed protocols for integrating AI tools into clinical workflows. Her expertise in both traditional radiology and AI integration made her more valuable than ever, and she received a promotion to Director of AI Integration for the entire radiology department. The key insight that transformed Linda's experience was realizing that AI anxiety is not about the technology itself, but about fear of loss of control, relevance, and professional identity. When she learned to maintain her sense of professional purpose while adapting her role to complement AI capabilities, the anxiety dissolved and was replaced by confidence and enthusiasm. Research from the Mayo Clinic shows that healthcare professionals who receive psychological support for AI integration show 70% less technology-related stress, 40% better job satisfaction, and 30% more positive attitudes toward innovation compared to those who try to adapt without psychological intervention. But managing AI anxiety requires more than general stress management techniques. You need specific strategies for processing fears about technological replacement, maintaining professional identity during role transitions, and building confidence in human-AI collaboration. The COMTECH method provides a systematic framework for this psychological transformation. Clarify your fears helps you identify and examine specific anxieties rather than being overwhelmed by vague worrying. Accept the reality of change reduces psychological resistance that amplifies stress. Learn about the technology replaces fear of the unknown with factual understanding. Manage your stress response maintains emotional equilibrium during adaptation. Transform your role creates new sources of professional value and satisfaction. Dr. Santos had worked with thousands of professionals across different industries and found that this method works consistently regardless of technical background or industry type. The psychological principles of fear clarification, change acceptance, knowledge acquisition, stress management, and role transformation apply whether you are a doctor dealing with AI diagnosis, a lawyer working with AI legal research, or an accountant using AI financial analysis. Linda now uses AI diagnostic tools as powerful assistants that enhance her ability to provide excellent patient care. The AI handles routine pattern recognition tasks, allowing her to focus on complex cases, patient interaction, and clinical decision-making that require human judgment and empathy. The transformation in Linda's career illustrates that AI anxiety is not a permanent condition but a temporary challenge that can be overcome with the right psychological tools and support. The professionals who learn to manage tech stress effectively often discover that AI integration makes their work more interesting, impactful, and personally fulfilling than before. The future belongs to professionals who can maintain psychological well-being while adapting to technological change. Linda now helps other medical professionals navigate AI integration with confidence rather than fear. Her expertise in both clinical excellence and technology adaptation has made her a leader in her field and a valuable resource for her organization. This is your opportunity to transform AI anxiety into AI confidence using proven psychological techniques. The organizations and professionals that thrive will be those who can maintain emotional well-being while embracing technological advancement as an opportunity for enhanced human capability rather than a threat to human relevance. Chapter 8. AI-Human Collaboration Mindset. In this chapter, we will explore how to develop the perfect partnership between human intelligence and artificial intelligence. You will learn the partner AI method for optimal collaboration, discover how to leverage AI as a cognitive amplifier, and understand how to maintain human agency while maximizing AI assistance. Emma Rodriguez was frustrated beyond belief. As a research scientist at a pharmaceutical company, She had been assigned to work with an AI system called ResearchBit that was supposed to accelerate drug discovery by analyzing vast databases of molecular interactions and clinical trial data. But instead of helping her work faster, the AI seemed to be slowing her down and creating more problems than it solved. The AI would generate thousands of potential drug compounds based on molecular modeling, but most of them were impractical to synthesize or had obvious safety concerns that the system could not recognize. It could process research papers at lightning speed, but it often missed crucial context that changed the meaning of findings. It could identify statistical correlations in clinical data, but it could not understand the biological mechanisms that explained why those correlations existed. Emma found herself spending more time correcting AI errors and explaining why AI suggestions would not work than she had spent doing manual research before the system was introduced. She was beginning to think that AI was fundamentally incompatible with the kind of creative scientific thinking that drug discovery required. Everything changed when Emma attended a seminar on human-AI collaboration led by Dr. James Liu, a cognitive scientist from Stanford who studied how humans and AI systems could work together optimally. Dr. Liu explained that most AI collaboration failures occur because people try to use AI systems like human assistants rather than understanding their unique capabilities and limitations. Dr. Liu introduced Emma to research from MIT's computer science and artificial intelligence laboratories showing that the most successful human AI teams are those where humans and AI systems have clearly defined complementary roles that leverage the strengths of each while compensating for their respective weaknesses. He had developed what he called the partner AI method, a systematic framework for creating optimal collaboration between human intelligence and artificial intelligence. This method had been tested with research teams across multiple industries and consistently produced productivity increases of 100 to 300% while maintaining high-quality outcomes. The first step is purpose alignment. You must clearly define what you are trying to achieve and how both human and AI capabilities can contribute to that purpose. Emma learned that successful collaboration requires shared goals but different approaches to achieving those goals. Emma redefined her research purpose from finding new drug compounds to identifying promising molecular targets that could be developed into effective treatments. This purpose could be achieved through AI pattern recognition combined with human biological understanding and creative hypothesis generation. The second step is align capabilities. You must understand what the AI system does exceptionally well, what it does poorly, and what you as a human bring to the collaboration that the AI cannot provide. Emma learned to map AI's strengths and limitations against her own cognitive capabilities. She discovered that the AI excelled at processing vast amounts of data, identifying statistical patterns, and generating variations on existing molecular structures. But it could not understand biological mechanisms, evaluate practical constraints, or generate novel hypotheses based on creative insight. Emma could provide biological intuition, experimental design, and innovative thinking that the AI lacked. The third step is roles definition. You must establish clear roles and responsibilities that prevent duplication of effort and ensure that each party focuses on their areas of strength. Emma learned to create explicit division of labor between herself and the AI system. She assigned the AI to handle data processing, literature screening, and initial pattern identification. She reserved biological interpretation, hypothesis generation, and experimental design for her human intelligence. This role clarity eliminated the frustration of trying to make the AI think like a human or trying to compete with AI on computational tasks. The fourth step is tasks delegation. You must develop systematic processes for assigning specific tasks to AI versus human intelligence based on the nature of each task rather than arbitrary preferences. Emma learned to evaluate each research task against criteria that determined whether AI or human intelligence would be more effective. Tasks that required processing large datasets, identifying known patterns, or generating systematic variations were delegated to AI. Tasks that required understanding causal mechanisms, evaluating practical constraints, or generating creative solutions were handled by Emma. This delegation maximized the effectiveness of both human and AI contributions. The fifth step is nurture the relationship. You must actively manage the human-AI collaboration like any important partnership, including regular evaluation, adjustment, and improvement of working processes. Emma learned to treat the AI system as a valuable team member whose capabilities needed to be understood and optimized over time. She developed regular review processes for evaluating collaboration effectiveness, identifying areas where the AI could be used more effectively, and adjusting their division of labor based on results. This ongoing attention to the partnership dynamics continuously improved their collaborative performance. The sixth step is evaluate performance. You must systematically assess the outcomes of human-AI collaboration and make data-driven decisions about how to improve the partnership. Emma learned to measure both productivity and quality metrics to ensure that collaboration was actually beneficial. She tracked research productivity, hypothesis quality, experimental success rates, and overall research timeline to verify that human-AI collaboration was producing better results than either purely human or purely AI approaches. This evaluation helped her optimize their collaborative processes. The seventh step is refine processes. You must continuously improve collaboration based on experience, feedback, and changing capabilities of both human and AI team members. Emma learned that optimal collaboration is an evolving process that requires ongoing adjustment and refinement. As she became more skilled at directing AI capabilities and as the AI system received updates and improvements, their collaborative processes needed to be refined to take advantage of new possibilities and address emerging challenges. After implementing the partner AI method, Emma's research productivity increased by 250% while the quality of her research hypotheses actually improved. She was able to identify promising drug targets in months rather than years and generated innovative research directions that neither she nor the AI could have discovered independently. Emma became the most productive researcher in her department and was promoted to lead a new AI-augmented drug discovery team. Her expertise in human-AI collaboration made her invaluable to the organization and led to speaking opportunities at major scientific conferences where she shared her insights about optimal research partnerships. The key insight that transformed Emma's research was understanding that effective human-AI collaboration is not about humans and AI doing the same tasks more efficiently, but about creating synergistic partnerships where human and AI capabilities complement each other to achieve outcomes that neither could accomplish alone. Research from Harvard Business School shows that teams using systematic human-AI collaboration frameworks achieve an average of 180% better performance compared to teams that use AI tools without structured collaboration processes. The most successful organizations are those that invest in training people how to collaborate effectively with AI rather than simply providing AI tools and expecting optimal results. But developing effective human-AI collaboration requires specific skills and mindset changes that go beyond technical training. You need to understand AI capabilities and limitations, develop systematic processes for task delegation, and maintain human agency while leveraging AI assistance. The Partner AI method provides a comprehensive framework for building these collaboration capabilities. Purpose alignment ensures that human and AI efforts are directed toward shared goals. Aligned capabilities map strengths and limitations to optimize role assignments. Roles definition prevents confusion and duplication of effort. Tasks delegation maximizes the effectiveness of each team member. Nurture the relationship maintains and improves partnership dynamics. Evaluate performance ensures that collaboration is actually beneficial. Refine processes enables continuous improvement and adaptation. These collaboration skills cannot be automated because they require human judgment, creative thinking, and relationship management that emerge from human intelligence. As AI systems become more capable, the ability to collaborate effectively with AI becomes a critical professional competency that determines career success. The future belongs to professionals who can create synergistic partnerships between human and artificial intelligence. Emma now leads research teams where humans and AI systems work together seamlessly to achieve breakthrough discoveries that would be impossible through purely human or purely AI approaches. This is your opportunity to develop collaboration superpowers that multiply your effectiveness through optimal human-AI partnership. The organizations and professionals that win will be those who can harness both human creativity and AI capability to solve complex problems and create innovative solutions that neither humans nor AI could achieve independently. Chapter 9: Future Work Psychology Preparation. In this chapter, we will explore how to design an AI-proof career that thrives in the future of work. You will learn the future work system for strategic career positioning, discover how to identify and develop skills that increase in value as AI advances, and understand how to transform your professional identity for maximum career security and growth. Kevin Martinez was watching his profession disappear in real time. As a traditional accountant with 12 years of experience in tax preparation and bookkeeping, he had built a stable career helping small businesses manage their finances. But in 2024, AI accounting tools like QuickBooks AI and TaxBot were automating most of the tasks that had comprised his daily work. The AI systems could process invoices, categorize expenses, prepare tax returns, and generate financial reports with accuracy that exceeded human performance and speed that made human processing seem impossibly slow. Kevin's clients were excited about the cost savings and efficiency gains, but they were questioning why they needed to pay for human accounting services when AI could handle their needs for a fraction of the cost. Kevin felt trapped between two impossible choices. He could try to compete with AI on cost and speed, which seemed hopeless given the dramatic efficiency advantages of automated systems. Or he could leave accounting entirely and start over in a completely different field, abandoning 12 years of professional development and industry expertise. The solution came when Kevin attended a career transition workshop led by Dr. Patricia Wong, an organizational psychologist who specialized in helping professionals adapt to technological disruption. Dr. Wong explained that the key to surviving career disruption is not fighting technological change or abandoning your field, but transforming your professional identity to leverage both your existing expertise and new technological capabilities. Dr. Wong introduced Kevin to research from the McKinsey Global Institute showing that professionals who successfully navigate technological transitions do not simply learn new skills, but fundamentally redesign their career positioning to create value in ways that complement rather than compete with automation. She had developed what she called the Future Work System, a comprehensive framework for transforming professional identity and building AI-proof careers that become more valuable as technology advances rather than less. The first step is focus your unique skills. You must identify the aspects of your current expertise that cannot be automated and have the potential to become more valuable as AI handles routine tasks. Kevin learned to analyze his accounting background for uniquely human capabilities that AI could not replicate. He realized that his true value was not in processing financial data, but in understanding the business implications of financial information and helping entrepreneurs make strategic decisions based on financial analysis. This business advisory capability required judgment, communication skills, and strategic thinking that AI could not provide. The second step is understand market trends. You must develop deep insight into how technological change is reshaping your industry and creating new opportunities for human value creation. Kevin learned to analyze market trends not just in accounting, but in small business development and entrepreneurship. He discovered that as AI made basic accounting services cheaper and more accessible, small business owners had more time and resources to focus on strategic growth. But they needed human advisors who could help them understand their financial data and make informed decisions about expansion, investment, and risk management. The third step is transform your identity. You must evolve your professional identity from task executor to strategic advisor, from efficiency provider to value creator, from cost center to revenue driver. Kevin learned to reframe his professional identity from accountant to financial strategist. Instead of describing himself as someone who prepares taxes and maintains books, Kevin began positioning himself as a financial strategist who helps entrepreneurs optimize their business performance through data-driven insights and strategic planning. This identity transformation changed how clients perceived his value and how much they were willing to pay for his services. The fourth step is upskill strategically. You must develop new capabilities that complement your existing expertise and position you for higher value roles in the AI-enhanced workplace. Kevin learned to identify and develop skills that would be increasingly valuable as AI advanced. He studied business strategy, data interpretation, cash flow optimization, and growth planning. But more importantly, he developed advanced communication and consulting skills that allowed him to translate complex financial information into actionable business insights that entrepreneurs could understand and implement. The fifth step is relationships and network. You must build strategic relationships with people and organizations that can help you transition to your new professional identity and provide opportunities for applying your transformed expertise. Kevin learned to develop a network that supported his evolution from traditional accountant to strategic advisor. He joined entrepreneur organizations, attended small business development conferences, and built relationships with business coaches, consultants, and other professionals who worked with growing companies. This network provided both learning opportunities and referral sources for his transformed practice. The sixth step is execute your strategy. You must systematically implement your career transformation through concrete actions that demonstrate your new value proposition and build momentum toward your desired professional future. Kevin learned to execute his transformation through pilot projects and gradual repositioning rather than dramatic overnight changes. He began offering strategic financial consulting services to existing clients while still providing traditional accounting support. He developed case studies demonstrating how his strategic insights helped businesses improve profitability and growth. He gradually shifted his service offerings toward higher value advisory work while using AI tools to handle routine accounting tasks efficiently. After implementing the Future Work system, Kevin's career transformation was remarkable. Within 18 months, he had repositioned himself as an AI-augmented financial strategist who helped small businesses optimize their financial performance and plan for growth. His average client value increased by 300% because he was providing strategic insight rather than routine processing. Kevin now uses AI accounting tools to handle data processing, report generation, and routine analysis, freeing him to focus on strategic consulting, business planning, and growth advisory services that command premium rates. His expertise in both traditional accounting and AI-enhanced financial analysis makes him uniquely valuable to entrepreneurial clients. The transformation in Kevin's career illustrates a fundamental principle about the future of work. Technological disruption is not about humans versus machines, but about humans working with machines in new ways that create more value than either could produce independently. The professionals who understand this principle and act on it will thrive, while those who resist change or try to compete with AI will struggle. Research from the World Economic Forum shows that 50% of all workers will need to reskill by 2025 due to technological advancement. But the same research shows that professionals who proactively transform their careers in response to technological change experience an average income increase of 40% and report higher job satisfaction than those who resist change. The key is understanding that career security in the AI era comes not from protecting existing roles from automation, but from continuously evolving your value proposition to leverage both human capabilities and technological tools. This requires strategic thinking about your unique strengths, market trends, and emerging opportunities. The Future Work system provides a systematic approach for this career evolution. Focus your unique skills helps you identify irreplaceable human capabilities. Understand market trends reveals new opportunities created by technological change. Transform your identity positions you for higher value roles. Upskill strategically develops capabilities that complement AI advancement. Relationships and network provide support and opportunities for transformation. Execute your strategy implements concrete actions that build momentum toward your desired future. These career development capabilities cannot be automated because they require self-awareness, strategic thinking, and proactive adaptation that emerge from human intelligence and motivation. As AI handles routine work, the ability to continuously reinvent your professional value becomes the primary determinant of career success. The future belongs to professionals who can combine their existing expertise with new technological capabilities to create value propositions that are more powerful than either human or AI capabilities alone. Kevin now helps other accounting professionals navigate similar transformations while building a practice that becomes more valuable as AI tools become more sophisticated. This is your opportunity to develop career superpowers that make you more valuable as technology advances rather than less. The professionals and organizations that win will be those who can harness both human expertise and AI capability to solve complex problems and create innovative solutions that pure human effort or pure AI automation could not achieve. Chapter 10: Digital Wisdom and Tech Balance. In this chapter, we will explore how to develop digital wisdom that guides smart technology decisions and maintains human values in an AI-driven world. You will learn the Wisdom Balance Protocol for ethical AI integration, discover how to know when to use AI versus human judgment, and understand how to create sustainable relationships with technology that enhance rather than diminish your humanity. James Carter was losing himself in his own success. As the founder and CEO of a rapidly growing fintech startup, he had embraced AI tools with enthusiasm, using machine learning for customer service, algorithmic trading, fraud detection, and even strategic decision-making. His company was processing millions of transactions, his efficiency metrics were impressive, and his investors were thrilled with the results. But James was beginning to realize that something fundamental was wrong. In his pursuit of AI-powered optimization, he had created a company that felt increasingly soulless and disconnected from human values. Customer complaints were handled by chatbots that provided efficient but emotionally tone-deaf responses. Investment decisions were made by algorithms that optimized for short-term profits without considering long-term social impact. Employee performance was evaluated by AI systems that measured productivity metrics but ignored creativity, collaboration, and personal growth. The wake-up call came during a company all-hands meeting when one of his most talented developers asked a question that stopped James cold. Are we building technology to serve people, or are we turning people into servants of our technology? James realized he had been so focused on leveraging AI capabilities that he had lost sight of the human purposes that technology should serve. The solution came when James attended a conference on ethical technology led by Dr. Amanda Foster, a philosopher and technology ethicist from MIT who studied how organizations can integrate advanced technology while maintaining human values and social responsibility. Dr. Foster explained that the most successful technology leaders are not those who maximize AI adoption, but those who develop digital wisdom that guides thoughtful integration of human and artificial intelligence. Dr. Foster introduced James to research showing that organizations with strong ethical technology frameworks achieve better long-term performance, higher employee satisfaction, and more sustainable business models than those that prioritize efficiency over values. She had developed what she called the Wisdom Balance Protocol, a systematic approach for making technology decisions that honor both efficiency and humanity. The first step is weigh human impact. Before implementing any AI system, you must carefully consider how it will affect the people who interact with it, both within your organization and in the broader community. James learned to evaluate technology decisions based on their impact on human dignity, autonomy, and well-being rather than just efficiency metrics. He began requiring human impact assessments for all AI implementations, asking questions like how will this technology affect employee job satisfaction? What will customers experience when interacting with this system? And what are the broader social implications of this automation? This human-centered evaluation helped him make technology choices that enhanced rather than diminished human experience. The second step is investigate ethical implications. You must examine the moral dimensions of AI systems, including issues of bias, privacy, transparency, and fairness that may not be immediately obvious but can have significant consequences over time. James learned to identify and address ethical concerns before they became problems. He implemented ethical review processes that examined AI systems for potential bias against different demographic groups, privacy violations, and decision-making processes that could not be explained or justified to affected parties. This ethical due diligence prevented his company from inadvertently causing harm through thoughtless technology implementation. The third step is scenario planning for consequences. You must think through the potential long-term consequences of AI implementation, including unintended effects and scenarios where technology systems might fail or be misused. James learned to consider not just how AI would work under ideal conditions, but what could go wrong and how to prevent or mitigate negative outcomes. He developed scenario planning processes that examine potential AI failures, security breaches, and misuse cases. This forward-thinking approach helped him build robust systems with appropriate safeguards rather than deploying AI tools that could create problems down the road. The fourth step is decide with intention. You must make conscious, deliberate choices about when to use AI versus human judgment rather than automatically defaulting to whatever seems most efficient. James learned to be intentional about preserving spaces for human creativity, intuition, and values-based decision-making. He established clear criteria for when AI was appropriate versus when human judgment was essential. Customer service issues requiring empathy remained with human agents. Strategic decisions affecting company values and culture were reserved for human leadership. Creative and innovative projects maintained human direction even when using AI tools for execution. The fifth step is optimize for values. You must design AI systems and human-AI interactions to support your organization's core values and long-term mission rather than just maximizing short-term efficiency metrics. James learned to align technology choices with his company's purpose and values. He redesigned AI systems to support values like customer empowerment, employee development, and social responsibility. Instead of optimizing purely for transaction volume and cost reduction, he optimized for customer satisfaction, employee engagement, and positive social impact while maintaining business viability. The sixth step is monitor ongoing effects. You must continuously assess how AI systems are actually affecting people and organizational culture over time, making adjustments when technology starts to undermine human values or well-being. James learned that digital wisdom requires ongoing attention rather than one-time implementation. He established regular review processes to evaluate how AI systems were affecting employee morale, customer relationships, and company culture. When monitoring revealed that certain AI implementations were having negative human effects, he was willing to modify or remove those systems even if they were technically successful. The seventh step is balance efficiency and humanity. You must find sustainable equilibrium between leveraging AI capabilities and maintaining the human elements that give work and life meaning and purpose. James learned that the goal is not to maximize either AI adoption or human involvement, but to create synergistic combinations that honor both efficiency and humanity. He developed frameworks for hybrid human-AI approaches that leveraged AI for data processing and routine tasks while preserving human involvement in creative, strategic, and relationship-oriented activities. This balance created more sustainable and fulfilling work environments while maintaining competitive performance. After implementing the Wisdom Balance Protocol, James transformed his company culture while maintaining its technological competitive advantages. Employee satisfaction increased by 60% as people felt more valued and engaged in meaningful work. Customer loyalty improved as human-centered service approaches created deeper relationships. Company performance remained strong while building a reputation for ethical technology leadership. James became a sought-after speaker on ethical AI implementation and was invited to join several industry advisory boards focused on responsible technology development. His company became a model for how organizations can leverage AI capabilities while maintaining human values and social responsibility. The transformation in James's leadership illustrates a crucial principle about digital wisdom. The most successful technology integration is not about maximizing AI adoption or preserving traditional human approaches, but about thoughtfully combining human and artificial intelligence in ways that honor both efficiency and values. Research from Harvard Business School shows that organizations with strong ethical technology frameworks achieve 25% higher employee retention, 30% better customer satisfaction, and 40% more sustainable long-term growth compared to organizations that prioritize efficiency over ethics. But developing digital wisdom requires more than good intentions. You need systematic frameworks for evaluating technology decisions, specific processes for identifying and addressing ethical concerns, and ongoing commitment to balancing efficiency with humanity. The Wisdom Balance Protocol provides a comprehensive approach for developing these capabilities. Weigh human impact ensures technology serves people rather than exploiting them. Investigate ethical implications prevents harmful unintended consequences. Scenario plan for consequences prepares for potential problems. Decide with intention preserves appropriate spaces for human judgment. Optimize for values aligns technology with organizational purpose. Monitor ongoing effects maintains awareness of actual impact. Balance efficiency and humanity creates sustainable integration approaches. These digital wisdom capabilities cannot be automated because they require moral reasoning, values-based judgment, and long-term thinking that emerge from human consciousness and ethical commitment. As AI becomes more powerful, the ability to guide its development and deployment wisely becomes essential for both organizational success and social responsibility. The future belongs to leaders who can combine AI capability with human wisdom to create technology solutions that are not just efficient but ethical, not just profitable but purposeful, not just innovative but responsible. James now leads a company that demonstrates how artificial intelligence and human values can work together to create business success that also contributes to human flourishing. This is your opportunity to develop digital wisdom that makes you a leader in the ethical integration of human and artificial intelligence. The organizations and societies that thrive will be those that can harness both technological power and human wisdom to solve complex problems while honoring the values and relationships that make life meaningful. Chapter 11: Future-Ready Mind Integration. In this final chapter, we will bring together all the psychological systems you have learned into a complete future mind that makes you irreplaceable in the AI era. You will learn how to integrate the 10 frameworks into seamless daily practice, create your personalized 90-day transformation roadmap, and develop the mindset that will keep you thriving no matter how advanced AI becomes. Amanda Richardson had transformed herself completely. 1 year earlier, she had been a traditional HR manager struggling to adapt to AI-powered recruitment tools, automated performance evaluations, and chatbot employee support systems. She felt like technology was making her role obsolete and questioned whether human resources would even need humans in the future. But over the past 12 months, Amanda had systematically implemented every psychological framework she had learned about thriving in the AI era. She had processed her AI displacement anxiety using the Impact Protocol. She had identified her unique human capabilities through the Unique Matrix. She had developed advanced emotional intelligence with the EQ Digital Framework. She had cultivated AI-proof creativity using the Create AI system. She had sharpened her critical thinking with the Verify AI protocol. She had deepened her human connections through the Connect Deep framework. She had overcome her technology fears using the ComTech method. She had mastered AI collaboration with the Partner AI approach. She had redesigned her career using the Future Work system. She had developed digital wisdom through the Wisdom Balance Protocol. Now Amanda was ready for the final step, integrating all these capabilities into a complete future mind that would make her not just AI-resistant, but AI-enhanced for the rest of her career regardless of how technology continued to evolve. The integration process began when Amanda attended a masterclass led by Dr. Michael Chen, a cognitive psychologist from Stanford who had spent 5 years studying professionals who successfully transformed their careers in response to AI advancement. Dr. Chen had discovered that the most successful professionals were not those who simply learned individual skills, but those who integrated multiple psychological frameworks into coherent mindsets that adapted automatically to new technological challenges. Dr. Chen explained that a future mind is not just a collection of techniques, but a fundamental way of thinking that combines psychological resilience, technological fluency, and human value creation into a unified approach to professional and personal development. He had developed a comprehensive integration process that helped professionals synthesize their learning into sustainable transformation. The first step in integration is assess your current state, Amanda learned to evaluate her progress across all 10 psychological frameworks to identify areas of strength and areas that needed continued development. This assessment provided a baseline for measuring ongoing growth and focusing future learning efforts. Amanda used detailed assessment tools to evaluate her mastery of AI psychology impact, human unique capabilities, emotional intelligence, creativity skills, critical thinking, human connection, anxiety management, collaboration, career preparation, and digital wisdom. This assessment revealed that she had made significant progress in all areas but needed to strengthen her integration of creativity and critical thinking skills. The second step is identify integration opportunities. Amanda learned to look for ways that different psychological frameworks could reinforce and amplify each other rather than operating as separate skill sets. This integration created synergistic effects that multiplied the impact of individual capabilities. She discovered that her emotional intelligence skills enhanced her human connection abilities, which in turn improved her collaboration effectiveness. Her critical thinking capabilities strengthened her digital wisdom, which improved her career strategic planning. These interconnections created a web of mutually reinforcing capabilities that made her overall transformation more powerful than the sum of its parts. The third step is create daily practice routines. Amanda learned to integrate future mind capabilities into daily work routines so that advanced psychological skills became automatic rather than requiring conscious effort. This daily practice approach ensured that her transformation would be sustainable over time. She developed morning routines that included anxiety management techniques, emotional intelligence check-ins, and intention setting for human-AI collaboration. She created afternoon practices for critical thinking evaluation and human connection cultivation. She established evening routines for reflection on digital wisdom applications and creativity development. The fourth step is build feedback systems. Amanda learned to create mechanisms for ongoing assessment and improvement of her future mind capabilities so that she could continue growing and adapting as technology evolved. This feedback approach ensured that her development would be responsive to changing conditions. She established monthly self-assessment processes, quarterly peer feedback sessions, and annual comprehensive evaluations of her psychological framework mastery. She also created systems for tracking career outcomes and life satisfaction metrics to ensure that her future mind development was producing real benefits. The fifth step is develop adaptive flexibility. Amanda learned to apply future mind principles to new technological challenges and changing work environments rather than being limited to specific techniques for current conditions. This adaptive capability ensured that her transformation would remain relevant regardless of future technological developments. She practiced applying psychological frameworks to hypothetical future scenarios, developed mental models for rapid adaptation to new technologies, and cultivated the metacognitive skills needed to modify her approaches based on changing circumstances. This flexibility prepared her to thrive through multiple waves of technological change throughout her career. The sixth step is create support networks. Amanda learned to build relationships with other professionals who were also developing future minds so that she could maintain motivation, share insights, and continue learning through community engagement. This social support made her transformation more enjoyable and sustainable. She joined professional networks focused on human-AI collaboration, participated in online communities for psychological skill development, and established mentoring relationships with both peers and more experienced professionals who had successfully navigated technological transitions. After completing the integration process, Amanda had achieved something remarkable, a complete psychological transformation that made her one of the most valuable HR professionals in her industry. She now approaches every challenge with confidence, knowing that she has the psychological tools to turn any technological disruption into a career advantage. Amanda has been promoted twice in the past year and now serves as Chief People Officer for a rapidly growing technology company. Her expertise in combining human psychology with AI capabilities has made her a sought-after consultant and speaker. She helps other organizations navigate the human side of technological transformation while building her own career on the foundation of irreplaceable human value. The transformation in Amanda's career demonstrates the power of systematic psychological development in the AI era. By mastering individual frameworks and then integrating them into a complete future mind, she has created sustainable competitive advantages that will continue serving her throughout her career regardless of technological advancement. Research from MIT's Sloan School of Management shows that professionals who complete comprehensive psychological transformation programs for AI adaptation achieve an average of 120% career advancement acceleration, 75% higher job satisfaction, and 90% greater confidence about their long-term career prospects compared to those who try to adapt through technical training alone. But achieving this level of transformation requires more than learning individual techniques. You need systematic integration that creates psychological coherence, daily practice that makes advanced capabilities automatic, feedback systems that enable continuous improvement, adaptive flexibility that prepares you for unknown future challenges, and social support that sustains motivation and continued growth. The Future Mind integration process provides a roadmap for this comprehensive transformation. Assess your current state establishes your development baseline. Identify integration opportunities creates synergistic capability combinations. Create daily practice routines makes advanced skills automatic. Build feedback systems enables continuous improvement. Develop adaptive flexibility prepares you for future challenges. Create support networks sustains long-term growth and motivation. Your future mind is now ready to emerge. You have learned to navigate a psychological impact, leverage your unique human capabilities, develop advanced emotional intelligence, cultivate AI-proof creativity, sharpen digital age critical thinking, build irreplaceable human connections, manage technology anxiety, master AI collaboration, prepare for future work, and develop digital wisdom. The integration of these capabilities creates something greater than their sum, a psychological foundation that makes you not just AI-resistant, but AI-enhanced. You are prepared to thrive in a world where artificial intelligence handles routine cognitive tasks while you focus on the creative, emotional, strategic, and innovative work that only humans can provide. The future belongs to professionals with future minds who can combine the efficiency of artificial intelligence with the wisdom, creativity, empathy, and judgment that emerge from human consciousness. You are now equipped with the psychological tools to lead that future rather than merely survive it. Your transformation begins today. The AI revolution is not something that will happen to you, but something you will help create and direct through your future mind capabilities. You are ready to thrive in the age of artificial intelligence. Congratulations! You have just completed a comprehensive transformation that few professionals will ever achieve. Over the past 2 hours, you have developed 11 psychological systems that make you completely irreplaceable in the age of artificial intelligence. Let me remind you of the incredible journey you have just taken. You started by understanding how AI impacts human psychology and learning the impact protocol for turning technological disruption into competitive advantage. You discovered your unique human capabilities through the unique matrix and learned to leverage strengths that no AI system can replicate. You built advanced emotional intelligence with the EQ digital framework, developing 8 competencies that make you invaluable in digital workplaces. You cultivated AI-proof creativity using the Create AI system, mastering 6 types of innovation that remain exclusively human. You sharpened your critical thinking with the Verify AI protocol, learning to cut through misinformation and make sound decisions in complex information environments. You deepened your capacity for human connection through the Connect Deep framework, building relationship skills that no chatbot can match. You transformed AI anxiety into confidence using the ComTech method, turning technological fear into excitement about future possibilities. You mastered the art of human-AI collaboration with the Partner AI approach, learning to leverage machines while maintaining human leadership. You redesigned your career strategy using the Future Work system, positioning yourself for roles that become more valuable as AI advances. You developed digital wisdom through the Wisdom Balance protocol, learning to make ethical technology decisions that honor both efficiency and humanity. Finally, You integrated all these capabilities into a complete future mind that adapts automatically to new technological challenges. This transformation makes you part of an elite group of professionals who understand how to thrive alongside artificial intelligence rather than being threatened by it. You now possess psychological capabilities that will serve you throughout your career regardless of how technology continues to evolve. But your journey is just beginning. The frameworks you have learned are not destinations but tools for continuous growth and adaptation. The future mind you have developed will keep evolving as you apply these principles to new challenges and opportunities. Here is how to measure your success over the coming months. First, notice how your relationship with AI tools changes from anxiety to excitement. You will find yourself looking forward to new technological capabilities because you understand how to leverage them for human advantage. Second, observe how your professional value increases as colleagues and clients recognize your unique ability to combine human insight with AI efficiency. You will become the go-to person for projects that require both technological sophistication and human wisdom. Third, pay attention to how your career opportunities expand as organizations seek professionals who can lead human AI integration. You will find yourself in demand for roles that combine traditional expertise with future mind capabilities. Fourth, notice how your confidence grows as you successfully navigate technological changes that overwhelm others. You will approach each new AI advancement with curiosity rather than fear because you have the psychological tools to turn any disruption into advantage. The most important thing to remember is that your future mind gives you agency in the age of artificial intelligence. You are not a passive victim of technological change but an active creator of the future. Your psychological capabilities enable you to shape how AI develops and how it integrates into human society. You represent the future of work, where humans and artificial intelligence collaborate to solve problems and create value that neither could achieve alone. Your emotional intelligence guides AI development toward human benefit. Your creativity ensures that innovation serves human purposes. Your critical thinking protects against AI manipulation and misuse. Your relationship skills maintain human connection in digital environments. The organizations that hire you, the clients who work with you, and the teams you lead will benefit from your ability to harness both artificial intelligence and human wisdom. You will help create workplaces that are both highly efficient and deeply human, technologies that are both powerful and ethical, and solutions that are both innovative and responsible. As you continue your future mind journey, remember that you are part of a larger movement of professionals who understand that the AI revolution is not about replacing humans but about amplifying human potential. Together, you are creating a future where technology serves humanity rather than the other way around. The world needs your future mind. Organizations need leaders who can navigate technological complexity while maintaining human values. Teams need managers who can leverage AI efficiency while fostering human creativity and connection. Society needs professionals who can guide AI development toward beneficial outcomes for all people. Your transformation is complete, but your impact is just beginning. You are now equipped with the psychological tools to thrive in the age of artificial intelligence and to help others do the same. The future belongs to those with future minds, and you are ready to lead that future. Thank you for taking this journey with me. Your future mind is now active, and your greatest career achievements lie ahead of you. Welcome to the future of human potential in the age of artificial intelligence.